Hello guys, Robot1 here, and today Konami have blessed us with a ton of cards to talk about. So welcome to the future of Yu-Gi-Oh! A segment on my channel where we talk about cards coming out later on in the game, discuss them, see how good they would be, and just generally talk about their competitive use. Now, we've got stuff from the 2020 Premium Pack, and we've got stuff from the Legendary Gold Box, so we've got some decent amount of cards to talk about. I don't actually know the exact number, so this might be a bit of a long video. But today we're going to be looking at these cards, talking about them, discussing them, and just giving my personal thoughts and opinions on them. So, without further ado, let's get into the video and start off with our first card, which is Autogeist Pukuri. Pukuri. It's got the poo in its name. Cool. So, Autogeist Pukuri is a level 1 Dark Spellcaster effect, 300 attack and 100 defense. You can only use the first effect of this card once per turn, and you can only use the second effect of this card once per duel. First effect, if an Autogeist monster you control would be used as a link material for an Autogeist monster, this card in your hand can also be used as material. Okay, and if an Autogeist link monster is link summoned to your field and this card is in your graveyard, you can add this card to your hand. Okay, so basically what this says is you're gonna have a turn 1 Hextia. Now that isn't bad at all, but there is one problem I have with this card. And that problem is, if you don't see Multi-Faker, this card has no point. Now, obviously, it can have a point if you see a manifestation as well, because this plus a Siliquise and a manifestation essentially guarantees you a compulse or a negate, and also recycles the manifestation. But it doesn't really do much outside of that turn 1. But it is a nice thing for Autogeist, seeing as Autogeist kind of need that. They need a way to link summon a lot easier, seeing as they are a link-based archetype, which revolves around traps, and they don't have a lot of ways to actually get a ton of summons on the board in one turn, except in maybe like turn 3 or 4. So this is a nice addition to the deck, but personally I don't think this card is that great. It's very similar to the Cyburst Code Talker one, which we got in the special, the promos for the Duel Links game. No, not the Duel Links game, the Legacy of the Duelist game. So it's very similar to that, where it can be used as link material on hand. But it doesn't really give much to the deck turn 1. Plus, you don't really want to be seeing this monster in Autogeists over a card like Meliseek or Multi-Faker or even Hex or even Marionetta, purely because if you don't see this with another Autogeist monster is worth linking off with, such as like a Meliseek, then it doesn't really do much. What I can say though, this card is actually pretty nice because if an Autogeist Link monster is link summoned, you get to add it back to your hand, giving you the utility to go into a higher link summon. So if you use this on one turn, you can then have this card for the next turn to potentially normal summon to go into a different link monster, to potentially use as a different link material in hand. So it does have that utility as well, which I like, but I don't really feel like it's that great of a card. You might see play as a 1 or a 2 of in Autogeists, but personally, I don't feel like this card is that great. It's good for Autogeist in general, gives them more link potential, but it's just not that great in my personal opinion. So let's get on to the next cards, which are in the Legendary Gold Box, and we're going to jump straight into it with a Blue Eyes card. So Deep of the Blue Eyes. So Deep Eyes White Dragon, but Blue Eyes edition? Okay. Level 8 Light Dragon effect monster, 2500 attack, 2500 defense. That's not common for Blue Eyes monsters. Okay. You can only use this card's names first, second, and third effect once per turn each. Okay. You can only activate this card's names first, second, and third effect while there is a Blue Eyes White Dragon on your field or in your graveyard. So essentially, this is unusable if you don't have a Blue Eyes anywhere in play. Okay. So if this card is special summoned, you can add 1 ritual spell or 1 polymerization from your deck to your hand. That's pretty good. Not gonna lie, gives the deck easier ways to get to Chaos Max Dragon or to Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. During your main end phase, you can add 1 level 8 or higher Dragon monster from your deck to your hand. That's pretty good as well. That gives you a way to search like Alternative, another Blue Eyes, Chaos Dragon Levianair, for instance. I believe that's level 8. So that's really good. That's good. You can banish this card from your graveyard All level 8 or higher dragon monsters you control gain 1000 attack. That's actually really good for Blue Eyes. That's a really good card. Like, there's in Blue Eyes, there's always been that kind of problem with is there a really good target to send for like start cards like Dragon Shrine and stuff, and then summon something back. And normally you would send the eggs because the eggs would just give you more advantage. But if you had like the Dragon's Revival card, then like summoning like a spirit on your turn one doesn't really do anything. Summoning anything else doesn't really do anything. So this is a card that essentially gives you more utility in the Blue Eyes deck. Now, I personally feel like if you did play this in Blue Eyes, it would be a one-off, purely because you would want to just send it on off Dragon Shrine, then Dragon Shrine triggers, and send a Blue Eyes, send this off Dragon Shrine, and then you can summon this back with like a revival of the dragons, Dragon's Ravine, or whatever the card is. The monster reborn for dragons. And then you can summon this, get the ritual spell, which would most likely be a ritual sanctuary. No, not a ritual sanctuary. The one that sends a normal monster from deck to grave, and then summon your Chaos Emperor, Chaos Max Dragon. So, or add a polymerization to make a Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. So, this is pretty good. I think it's only really going to be a one-of in Blue Eyes at most, but this is actually a really cool card in my personal opinion. So I like this Deep of Blue Eyes. Deep of Blue Eyes. I don't like the name though. Deep of Blue Eyes? Blue Eyes of Deep would have been better. Or Blue Eyes of the Deep. Uh, okay, and we get a free print of Dragon Spirit. All right, so ooh, we get a new Rainbow Dragon. Rainbow Dragon, the Zenith Crystal Beast. Ooh, Rainbow Dragon's now officially a Crystal Beast. Cool. It's a level 8 dragon effect monster. 3000 attack, 0 defense, so it's slightly weaker than Rainbow Dragon because I believe Rainbow Dragon has 4k attack. You can only use this card's name's first and third effect once per turn each. When an attack involving a Crystal Beast monster is declared, you can special summon this card from your hand. Okay, that's pretty good. So just attack with my Pegasus and summon this from my hand. 3k beatstick. Nice. If this face-up card is destroyed in the monster zone, you can place this face-up card in your spell and trap card zone as a continuous spell instead. So standard Crystal Beast effect. And third effect, you can banish this card that's treated as a continuous spell. Okay. Special summon one level 4 or lower Crystal Beast monster from your deck, but its effects in the game. Understandable. And if you do, add one ultimate crystal monster from your deck to your hand. Nice. I like this. I actually really do like this. This is a good card. Like this is good support for Crystal Beasts. Like it on top first, it's a good summon. So it's easy to summon. So literally just summon Pegasus, attack with Pegasus, summon 3k Beatstick. If it dies, it goes to spell and trap card zone, and you can send it. You can banish it from the spell and trap card zone to special summon a Crystal Beast monster from your deck, and also add an Ultimate Crystal monster from your deck to your hand. Now I'm assuming Ultimate Crystal monsters. Like we're just gonna quickly look this up. Yu-Gi-Oh! Ultimate Crystal. Now, yeah, so this isn't a monster. You can't add this. So there isn't really a target from the looks of it. So we'll probably get another target later on. Or the text will be changed to Rainbow Dragon because obviously Ultimate Crystal Magic is not a monster card. So it would probably be changed to something like Rainbow Dragon or something like along those lines. But that's pretty good. And it's an and if you do, so you don't even have to use that effect, so you don't really need to play the Ultimate Crystal monster. So it's definitely a good card. Like I like this card a lot. That's very good. So we've got Rainbow Dragon here. We get another reprint of Rainbow Neos. Alright. And we've got Scar Red Supernova Dragon, Jack Atlas, nice. Red Supernova Dragon, that's what its TCG names will most likely be. Level 12 Dragon Synchro effect, 4k attack, 3k defense. Two, free, free. Oh boy, oh boy. So you're gonna need to use 3 level 3 tuners and 1 non-tuner synchro monster. What? How are you summoning this thing? What? 3 tuners plus I need to check. I need to see what level 3 synchros you can make this with. Oh, okay, we go monsters, synchro, level 3. Search. So you can't make it with Tetsunoka. You can make it with Cyberse Integrator. You can make it with a Goyo Defender. That's an anime card, You can make it with this. You can make it with. You can't make it with this. You can't make it with this. Well, no, you can make it with this. You can make it with this. You can't make it with that. So you can make it with 4 cards in the game, essentially. Or if you just have like a 9 synchro and then 3 level 1 tuners. But okay. Sure, cool. Gains 500 attack for each tuner in your graveyard. What the? So it's instantly a beast. So it's instantly a 5/5 beast. Okay. Cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Okay. Once per turn, when an opponent's monster effect is activated, or during an opponent's monster's attack declaration, quick effect, you can banish this card and all cards your opponent could. You know, for the amount, how hard this is to make, this is pretty good. Okay, if this card it was banished by its effect during the next end phase, special summon this card. Okay, so essentially, you make it with 3 tuna monsters, which like you're probably not going to make this because you need 3 tuna monsters and one non-synchro monster and one non-tuna synchro monster. Um, but this thing's effect is worth all of that. Like if you can successfully summon this, you get a 5/5 beat stick. You get a monster that can't be destroyed by effects. It can nuke the entire board, banishing every card, and it summons itself back during the next end phase. This is fully worth it. This is a good card. This is a very good card. Okay. And we get a Galaxy Eyes monster. Alright, so Galaxy Eyes, Afterglow Dragon. Level 8 Light Dragon effect. 3,000 attack, 2,500 defense. If you control a Galaxy Eyes monster, you can special this card from your hand in defense position. Okay, so if you control Galaxy Eyes, you get a free summon. And sorry for the noise back there. Again, other people live in my house. So free summon if you control Galaxy Eyes, which isn't hard in Galaxy Eyes to be honest. If this Xyz material is detached from an Xyz monster to activate its effect, you can take 1 Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon from your hand or deck and either special summon it or attach it to an Xyz monster you control. As material, in addition, if this effect was activated during the battle phase, you can double the attack of all number Xyz monsters you control. It's alright. It's a free summon. It's not as overwhelming as the others. But if you attach it to a number monster, which you most likely will be, you will get a free boost. You'll get a double attack. You'll get an extra material. And that's not that bad, to be honest. Like, it's not something that I can see being super powerful. I don't really think it's going to boost Galaxy Eyes that much. It will definitely be used in Galaxy Eyes just for the fact that it's a free rank 8 material. But I don't... after reading cards like this and this and this, it's just underwhelming. It's just underwhelming. Okay, so now we've got DDD. Okay, so DDD Ulegioi, however you pronounce it, King Vice Requiem, level 8, 2,800 attack, 2,000 defense, scale 4, pendulum effect. You can only use the pendulum effect of this card's name once per turn. Okay, target any number of Dark Conjure cards you control, destroy them, and if you do, special summon this card from your pendulum zone. Then you can increase or decrease the level of this card by the number of cards destroyed. I don't think you would be changing its level, just because you would rather make one of those good rank 8s the deck plays. But it's not bad, it's a free summon. Not bad at all. Monster effect. You can only use the second effect once per turn. You cannot special summon monsters except DDD monsters. Little DDs. Sorry, man, you can't be summoned. A DDD monster that was Fusion, Synchro, Xyz, or Link summoned using this card as material gains the following effect. Okay. Once per turn, you can target one card on the field. Return one dark contract, a card among the cards in your field and graveyard, to the deck, and if you do, destroy the target. Then you gain 1,000 attack life points. Okay, okay. So my dark contract that's engraved that I used to summon this um, gets put back into the deck. I gain 1,000 life points, and I destroy a card on my opponent's board. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's good. That's decent. That's actually decent. Boral End Dragon. That's a Link 5. Okay. 3,500 attack, Link 5, Dragon Dark effect. Arrows are the same as Fire, Fire or Dark Fluid, so uh, bottom, all Borrow Load plus 1 up. 3 plus effect monsters can only use the third effect of this card's name once per turn. Cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Also cannot be targeted for monster effects. So it's got pretty much every Borrow Load effect in this. Okay. This card can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each. Okay. Um, Quick effect, you can target one effect monster on the field and one rocket monster in your graveyard. Negate the effect of the target on the field, and if you do, special summon the target from the graveyard. Your opponent cannot activate cards in response to the activation of this effect. This is pretty busted. It's generic. It can attack every monster my opponent controls. It can't be destroyed by battle or card effects, and also can't be targeted by monster effects. And it summons a rocket and negates a card at the same time. This is a good Link 5. That's very powerful. Um, this will obviously see play outside of rockets, though. But this is a very powerful Link 5. Like, this is good. Like, just the fact that it attacks all monsters is dumb. But also the fact in its own archetype, rockets, which obviously the Boral monsters should have been more focused towards originally anyway, like you get to summon a rocket from the grave and negate a card on the board, so you get more damage in that way. That's pretty good, and that's all the cards for this set. Like that, like a lot of these are good. Like I really do like all of these cards. Like well, except for the Galaxy Eyes. The Galaxy Eyes just seems underwhelming to me. But the rest of them, it's good. So we have one more thing to talk, one more page to talk, look at, and it's more premium 2020 cards. So we start with Ting Dangled D-Holes. Level 5, flip effect monster, 1,000 attack, 1,000 defense. If this card is sent to the graveyard, sent from your hand or deck to the graveyard, you can target one Ting Dangle monster in your graveyard, except Ting Dangle Dolphin, so summon it in defense position. Okay? Flip, you can send one spell track card from your deck to the graveyard. Don't know if you would do that. A Tindangle Link monster that was link summoned using this card as material can make up to 3 attacks per battle phase. That's pretty good for Tindangled. That's pretty good for Tindangled. Yeah, that's pretty good for Tindangled. Okay, pretty good. Right hand shark. So we got some shark support. Level 4 water fish effect, 1,500 attack, 1,300 defense. You can only use this card's first, second, and third effects once per turn each. When this card is normal summoned, you can add one. Get off my screen. What are you doing? Cancel. When pop-up things come on your screen. When this card is normal summoned, you can add one left-hand shark from your deck to your hand. So there's a left-hand shark now. Okay. If this card is in your graveyard and you control no monsters, you can special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. Okay, that's a pretty good effect. So it searches and summons itself back. That's pretty good. Any Xyz monster that was Xyz summoned using only water monsters on the field, including this card as material, gains this effect. It cannot be destroyed by battle. Okay, if the left hand has the ability to prevent destruction, cannot be destroyed by effects, that's pretty good as well. So here's left hand shark. It's a level 3. Why has it got to be a level 3? Why? What's the point? Ugh, now I'm upset. 1,300 attack, 1,500 defense, so the exact opposite of right hand shark. Can only use the first and third effects once per turn each. If this card is in your hand or graveyard and you control a right hand shock, you specify this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. I'm just seeing link material. That's all I'm seeing. Link material. If this card is special summoned from your graveyard, but it becomes level 4. There you go. There you go. Okay, fair enough. An Xyz monster that was Xyz summoned using only water monsters on the field, including this card as material, gains this effect. Cannot be destroyed by card effects. Okay, so both right and left make rank 4 and then go can't be destroyed by effects. Nice. I can see this being used more as a link material, just because it has to be summoned from graveyard. But pretty good. Pretty good, I think. Alright. So Pendulum Xyz. There's actually a card called Pendulum Xyz, okay. Normal spell card. You can only activate the card with this name's effect once per turn. Target 2 cards in your pendulum zones. Oh, so it's like Pendulum Fusion. Switch summon them, but their effects are negated. And if you do, immediately after this effect resolves, Xyz summon one Xyz monster using only those 2 monsters as materials. You can treat the level of one of those monsters as the same as the other Xyz monster. Now, this card says, I put a level 7 in my pendulum zone. I put another random one in my other pendulum zone. Activate this card, special summon the 2 of them, and then make Absolute Dragon. Absolute Dragon then leads into Ice Vortex Dragon. So, this is a decent card for Pendulum in general. Nice. Okay, so Dowsing Fusion. Okay, another fusion spell. Normal spell card. You can activate 1 card with this card's name's effects per turn. Fusion 1 fusion monster from your extra deck by banishing monsters from your graveyard as material. You can only use pendulum monsters as materials to fusion summon with this effect. Pendulum monsters aren't going to be in your graveyard, so this ain't working. This is a bad card. If your pendulum monsters are in your graveyard, this is bad. But it works with this, I guess. Okay, so White Mirror. Normal spell card. You can only activate 1 card with this card's name's effect per turn. Target 1 level 4 or lower fish monster in your graveyard. Special summon it, and then you can add 1 monster with the same original name from your deck to your hand. Fish getting some support here. Nice. Nice. Eternal Bond. Normal trap. You can only use this effect first and second per turn, once per turn each. Target any number of Photon monsters. Ooh, it's a Photon card, okay. Photon monsters in your graveyard. Special summon them, but their effects are negated. This is basically a soul charge in a trap form. Well, it's like the harpy trap that discards a card and summons as many harpies. That's pretty good. During your main phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard and target 1 Photon monster your opponent controls. What? Your opponent controls? Why would you? Okay. Gain control of that monster. Also, for the rest of this turn, you cannot declare an attack with monsters except with that monster. Also, that monster's attack becomes equal to the combined original attack of all Photon monsters you control. This is more of a mirror match card, I guess. It's nice that it's a soul charge, but I don't see this ever coming up, really. But guys, that's the video. Tell me what you think of these cards in the comment section below. These are obviously very interesting for what they are. They all have their own unique things. Like the ones in the rest, like a lot of these ones in the premium packs aren't that great in my personal opinion. This is good for Photons. This is good for Fish. This is good in general for Pendulum, just because it's a free way to get to Absolute Dragon, which is nice. The right hand and left hand, they're not good. And the Ting Tangle Guard, it works in Tin Tangled. But the best cards in this video, I have to say, are the gold edition cards, because like the Red Eyes Archfiend, the Supernova, the Rainbow Dragon, the Blue Eyes card, and even the DDD card / Boral Rank 5 is great, and even the Allgeist card was pretty good as well. But guys, that's the video. Tell me what you think of this video. Tell me what you think of these cards, and I will see you guys in the next one. Roll that one, signing out, and don't forget to check out the team Facebook page in the comments below, and like, comment, and subscribe. Gotta remember to say that before signing out. Later all.